Okay, can everybody see my presentation and hear me still? Okay, awesome. So, you can go to lemonddi.com to watch that video. I encourage everybody to go to the website and watch it. Once you have completed the virtual drive, you can enter your email address for an opportunity to receive a gift card from a business within the construction zone. So let's talk about future improvements that are coming to the North Valleys. The RTC Segment 2 project will widen Lemon Drive from 4 lanes to 4 lanes from Fleetwood Drive to Ramsey Way. Currently, selection of the preferred alignment is underway. NDOT also has some improvements to US 395 with a focus on the North Valleys. Phase 1 improvements included the Parr Bridge replacement, which has been complete. Phase 1B will widen the freeway from McCarran to Golden Valley, and that construction is still scheduled for 2023. Phase 2 includes improvements on US 395 from Golden Valley out to Stead, and that construction is anticipated in 2026. Well, construction is here, and we're working hard to get this project built to improve traffic flow. The team will continue working together to minimize traffic impacts. It's construction. Please be patient with us. We are pushing to get done as fast as possible. Remember, we are building much needed capacity improvements. We are using our public outreach plan to help keep the public informed, and it's working. We have over 500 members in our stakeholder database that are receiving project notifications. Please visit our website at northvalleys.improvements.com and subscribe for automatic updates. You can also text Lemon to 797979 to receive text message updates about construction. So I am the one managing the construction of this project, so feel free to contact me via email or phone if you have additional questions or concerns. And with that, I'll take any questions you may have.
Hi, Judy. This is Jared Souther.
Hi, Jared.
So currently, we all know that between Golden Valley and Lemon, traffic backs up and creates some dangerous interactions as people merge in and out there. And I know that NDOT's looking at 2026 for start of construction between Golden and Stead. Has there been any discussion about piecework that would make it safer instead of waiting until 2026?
I'm not familiar with any plans that NDOT has for that stretch of road right now. I would, I guess, direct you to their website or to reach out to them directly. I could follow up with them and see if there are any plans, but right now I'm not aware of anything.
Okay. One question specific to Lemon is the intersection at Buck. There's not any right of way there to improve the lanes there, but like say northbound at Buck turning to Lemon, there's a lot of traffic backing, especially with all the growth that's happening there and more businesses coming to that area. Do you see a way to make improvements to that interchange to have better traffic flow to allow higher capacity there?
Yeah, that Buck side of that intersection is a tough one, right? Because there's one through lane. I know that we do have on our RTIP, I think it's in 2024 to look at some widening improvements there on that side of the road.
No, can I just jump in, Judy? This is Bonnie. The one thing that I do want to say, and Jared, I know we've had these discussions, but I do know Carrie Koski is working with RTC on some of these projects, and I'm going back to try to be working with you all because there are too many things that we need to work on before the dates. So Jared, I know that concern, and I don't think that RTC or NDOT realizes the heavy traffic loads right now and what it's going to do to neighborhoods. People won't be able to get home for hours. So I get it. I get what the process is, but we've got to look at some changes. And what I love about RTC and NDOT is they're willing to work, especially with seeing the impacts, and they look to see if they can change things as it happens. So I just want to say thank you, Judy. But there are going to be things that we're going to have to look at as we go.
This
So
is John
currently,
White.
northbound 395 at night or anytime, there's free flow with that, I guess, that temporary ramp or lane that's now going to the right. I guess my question is there any traffic control being set up in the very near future? Because as I exit to go to Smith's, for example, I have to look off my left shoulder to make sure there's no car coming, but it's a quick merge. And I think people think they have right of way as they come off the freeway. Is that something that's being addressed right now?
So, I mean, the way the final DDI improvements are gonna come in, I mean, you're still gonna have that weaving movement to get over to Smith's, but there should be more of a flow of traffic there. I mean, I guess during construction, the nice part about it is when we do our closures for that 3.5 months, you will be able to make that movement without any opposing traffic coming at you.
Yeah.
That's kind of a blessing and a curse, right? Because people are gonna get used to it, and then it's gonna open back up to traffic. Does that make sense?
It does, and that's what my concern is that once the DDI gets put in place, when, just like Moana, when you come to the bottom of the ramp and you have to stop and you can't turn right, that means all the traffic that normally would have free flow is now backing up to the freeway all the way past Golden Valley is what I'm going to see happen.
Right.
Well, and we are, I mean, in its final configuration, we're gonna have 2 lanes coming off that off ramp. And I mean, the inside lane is gonna be a free lane. The side that's towards Smith is gonna have to stop if the signal is red. So that'll help a little bit, but like I said, you will still have that weaving to get over to make your left at Sky Vista Parkway.
Thank you.
I do
This is
think,
John.
once we get the project complete and the signals in place, we can coordinate the signal timing at the DDI and at Sky Vista to try to optimize that heavy left turn movement and just get traffic flushed through there, because it's a huge volume, right?
This is John White. In regards to DDI, do you expect any of the warehousing on North Virginia Street to start using that interchange more than Stead Boulevard? Every morning, there's like 75 Amazon vans coming out of Virginia Street onto southbound 395. I was wondering if they would be using that because it's a more open and safer intersection than what they are currently using.
I guess I'm not understanding the question. Are you asking if I think more trucks are gonna use it once we're done? More truck traffic?
Well, Amazon has a lot of that section just to the, I guess, the south of the
Right.
freeway. So we're going to be using that interchange because it's safer than going up and using the Stead to southbound 395.
I think they will be using this interchange because it's gonna be their line of least resistance and their quickest way to get on the freeway going southbound.
All right, thank you.
Makes sense.
Do we have any more questions or comments from the board members? Do we have any questions from the audience, from the public? Okay, Judy. Thank you very much for your time. I truly appreciate your presentation.
All right, thank you all.
Thank you, Judy.
We will move on to B2 development projects. Let's see, B21 is tabled. So let's go to B22, LDC 22-0049, North Valley's Commerce Center.
Excuse me, can I just ask a quick question?
Yes, ma'am.
Was there not a presentation, or did he already give it? The B1, the B2 development project, was that a presentation by staff?
I,
No, that's just the description of what those B2 items are, the development projects. And then the items are listed beneath with the B2.1 and B2.2.
So for the public's record, in case they don't have it, I think somebody might want to read that or have that discussion.
the development projects, you would like me to read that?
I think it says discussion item only, but I think that if there's public or anyone, I think it might be a good thing for the record.
Okay, I will read that. This is a discussion item only. Following presentations by the project's developer or representative, NAB members and the public will have the opportunity to ask questions about the project and provide feedback. The NAB will not take any action on development projects. NAB members and the public are encouraged to complete the development project review form with their input. All development project review forms submitted to the community liaison at the NAB meeting or via the online form at https it's in the agenda, will be submitted to the Reno Planning Commission for consideration in the development review process. City of Reno planning staff will be available for questions, but will not provide project presentation. Amy, can you put the site on our in our notes, please?
yes, it's in the chat right now.
Thank
It says development project review form, and there's a link there for the public or NAB members to fill out.
Perfect. And thank you, Bonnie. I will read that at each of our Zoom presentations for the public going forward. You're muted.
You're still muted, Bonnie.
Yeah, no, she's not muted, but I can't hear her.
I can't either.
Yeah. Oh. Hmm.
Oh,
Uh-oh, we lost her voice.
well, let's see. I don't know what she was going to say, but Renee, will you read the description for B2.2, and then we'll have Mike Riley here with his presentation.
I will do that. B 2.2 LDC 22-0049 North Valley's Commerce Center. A request has been made for a conditional use permit to allow for 24-hour operations for an existing plus 8,500 square foot portion of a plus 154,440 square foot warehouse and distribution facility located in the mixed-use suburban MS zoning district. The plus 14.26 acre site is located north of the intersection between North Virginia Street and Seneca Drive. The site has a master plan land use designations of industrial I and suburban mixed use SMU. And Mike, please feel free to start your presentation.
Thank you. Good evening. Can everybody hear me?
Yes, sir.
Great. Good evening. For the record, Mike Raley with Christie Corporation here representing Prism Realty Corp. Excuse me, Prism Realty Corporation. Let me get this started for you here. Okay, I'm assuming everybody can see the screen. This is a conditional use permit to allow for a manufacturing processing use, which is actually permitted by right, or a storage and distribution warehouse use to operate between the hours of 11 p.m. and 6 a.m. So in other words, 24 hours within a portion of the project site within the mixed use suburban designation. That sounds like a mouthful, but I think you'll see it's a fairly simple request once I get into it. Excuse me. So the project site is located at 9456 North Virginia Street. It's a 14.26 acre site. If you've been by it, it's actually under construction. These are some pictures that were taken a couple weeks ago. As you can see, the building is approximately 154,000 square feet, and it's under construction. Now, a portion of this building has split zoning. So the majority of the site is zoned IC. This area right in here, the kind of corner of the building, is within the MS zoning district, which is why we're here tonight. As you can see, there are no windows or doors in that portion of the building. And this is what it would look like. So if you, this is the inside, obviously the roof isn't on it yet, but it's kind of right down there in the corner. So this is the master plan map, and the zoning map I'll show you in a second mimics. As you can see, the corner of this site has a different designation than the remainder of the site. And that's essentially why we're here tonight. 24-hour use is permitted by right in the IC zone. It requires a conditional use permit in the MS zone. So in other words, everything inside that building, except for that one little corner, which is less than 6% of the total building, can operate 24 hours, but that portion can't under the current zoning. So this conditional use permit would actually legalize 24-hour use throughout the entire building. Has essentially no impact whatsoever. This is the site plan. As you can see, here's Virginia Street. Here's the kind of the access aisles into the building. This is the area in question. And that gives you kind of an idea of how it relates to the entire building as a whole. So, like I said, with this CUP, we'll have full compliance with municipal code standards. That way, when a user comes into the building, they know that they can operate 24 hours throughout the entire building and not have to exclude that corner. All the activity is fully contained within the building. There's no windows, there's no doors. So therefore, there's no additional impact. This will not add any noise, traffic, no additional building areas proposed over what's already been approved and under construction. As I mentioned, it's less than 6% of the total building area, and 24-hour use is permitted right now within the remainder of the building. And it seems kind of silly, but in theory, as it stands right now, you would have to cordon off that small section and say, don't go over there after 11 o'clock p.m. So this is really just kind of unifying the use. So with that, I'll wrap up my brief presentation and answer any questions you might have.
So any of the board members have questions?
So essentially, you're asking just for that.
Please
Might be-
identify yourself for the record.
Oh, I'm sorry. John Briscoe. So you're asking that this is all about just that small portion and making it 24 hours?
Correct. Yeah. So like I say, the 24-hour use is already permitted in the balance of the building. We just want to allow it, basically legalize it for that corner, just to make sure that we're in full compliance with the code.
Okay.
This is Dick Simmons. One quick question. In that little portion, are there any residential units anywhere near that?
There are some residential units that are actually non-conforming further to the east. However, as I mentioned, there's no windows, doors, or docks or anything on that side of the building. It's entirely enclosed within the building.
Okay, thank you.
Are there any further questions from the board members? Are there any questions from the public? All right, Mike. Thank you very much for your presentation. We appreciate it.
You bet. Thanks, everyone. Have a good night.
You too.
We're going to move on to item C. Board, commission, committee member reports and announcements limited to items that do not appear elsewhere on the agenda. No action may be taken on this item. Are there any announcements? No. Okay.
Renee, sorry,
Oh.
can I
Oh.
know I'm not a board member, but can I give an announcement?
Yes, of course.
I had just in addition to the sewer tour on the 24th, we are not going to be having a NAB meeting in the month of March. So I just wanted to make sure that the board is aware of that. I did communicate that by email, but just wanted to also announce it here for the record and for everyone.
Amy, was it something we said?
No, we love spending time with all of you every month, but just with adding the extra tour and also just March being a busy month with a few different out of town conferences and different things happening with the city staff. It just was made more sense.
Thank you, Amy. Bonnie, did you have anything to add? I still can't hear you. Ah. Okay, and then are there any public comments? This item is for either public comment on any action item or for any general public comment and is limited to no more than 3 minutes by each commentator. I see no hands. And so last is item F, adjournment. If anyone would like to motion.
John Briscoe, so moved.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Dick Simmons will second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Bye, Bonnie.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Amy, so much.
Mhm.